Hello guys, Harry here. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're well. Now, if you guys remember from last week, I unboxed two watches which were my most recent purchases from AliExpress. I've got one of those watches here with me today. So I've got the Steeldive SD1970. This will be the full review of this watch. But before we start with the video, if you like this channel and like my reviews, please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button and leave a comment. It really encourages me to keep making these videos for you. Alright guys, let's get the price out of the way first. So I paid 110 Australian dollars for the watch I have here with me today. I checked out this morning and this watch is going for about 140 Australian dollars including taxes, and for about 97 US dollars. This is an homage of Seiko 6105, also known as Captain Willard. And as I mentioned in the unboxing video, for me, I really like how closely this watch resembles to that Seiko 6105. And it has to be one of the cheapest homages out there to that Seiko. So I really like this watch from that standpoint. Talking about the dimensions, the case size on this watch is 43.5 millimeters across. Lug to lug distance is 46.6 millimeters. So we have a big case size and shorter lug to lug distance. And this shorter lug to lug distance definitely helps in getting a nice fit from this watch. I've got a 7-inch wrist, which is an average size wrist. I'll give you a wrist shot a bit later on in the video to show you how it fits on my wrist. And just to let you know, it fits really nicely. Case thickness is 13.6 millimeters and lug width is 20 millimeters on this watch. Stainless steel case with brushed finish along the top. It is not the nicest of brushing you'll see on a case. It is a bit rough around the edges, but when we really consider the price, you can't really fault this watch for the level of finishing we have here. And I'll definitely give it a pass at this price point. And even if you end up paying a bit more than what I paid, as I mentioned earlier, this watch is going for about 140 Australian dollars today. I think you'll still definitely be okay. Polished or high polished along the sides. We have a signed crown with Steeldive logo, protected by the crown guards on both sides, and they fully cover the crown, helping you in protecting the crown from any accidental damage. Flat sapphire crystal, which sits slightly above the bezel, as you can see from the side. So this one is the matte black dial option. There are plenty of color options out there. You can choose to go for a green dial, blue dial. There is a pink dial as well. There is a light blue dial, or more of a Tiffany blue dial. There's a white dial as well. So I only found out those dial options today. When I bought this watch, I only saw the blue and the green option, but it's good to know that other color options available as well. I'll leave the link in the description below for you guys to check it out for yourself. We have applied markers all around. The marker at 12 o'clock is almost twice as big as the rest of those markers. We have a big rectangle at 6 o'clock and 9 o'clock. All of those markers have a high polished framing around them, and the same can be seen around the date window as well at 3 o'clock. Steeldive logo, Steeldive printed in white underneath the 12 o'clock marker. Automatic water 200 meter resist printed above the 6 o'clock marker. And I really like that traffic signal or traffic light kind of a tip on that seconds hand. I like the red as well. That matches up really nicely with this 200 meter printed on the dial. It adds a bit more color to this dial. Minute track on the outer ring, and for the price, this dial is put together really nicely. Obviously, if you put this dial under the microscope, are you going to find any imperfections? Obviously, you will. But I haven't bought this watch seeking perfection. I wasn't expecting perfection from this watch, and I think that is the case with most people buying these watches out there anyway. 120 click unidirectional bezel. You get a decent purchase from this coin edge bezel. It is a bit too stiff for my liking, but hopefully over time I will get used to it. It has a really nice click function to it, and I think I overshot it. Let me just give it a bit more, one more spin, and it does a really nice job with lining up at 12 o'clock as well. So here you go, really nice quality bezel, ceramic bezel insert on this one. So yeah, for the quality and the price, really nice, and the dial, as I said, is really nicely put together as well. Getting to the best part of this watch, for me at least, it is, and it is the Lume. Let's check just check out the Lume, and you'll see. So here you go. I really like the quality of the Lume on this watch. I mean, it lights up straight away, and it really glows in the dark. Longevity is there, and again, for the price, you can't really fault this watch for the quality of its Lume. I've seen worse on more expensive watches, on watches that costs twice or more than 3 times of this watch. And yeah, again, the quality of the Lume is absolutely fantastic. Let me give you a bit of a close up so you can see. Yeah, really nice looking Lume. So guys, that's the Lume for you. Let me turn the lights back on again, so we can check out the rest of the watch. Talking about the bracelet on this one. Now, I had a choice to either go for the stainless steel bracelet or a rubber strap. The price difference wasn't too huge. I think it was only about $4 or $5 difference. So I decided to go for the stainless steel bracelet, as I always do. If the price difference is not too much, I always choose to go for a stainless steel bracelet over a rubber strap or a NATO strap or a leather strap. And you can always swap them out. If you don't like this bracelet, you'll find plenty of options out there. If you like a NATO strap or a rubber strap, with this 20mm lug width, you'll be able to find plenty of strap options for this watch. But talking about the bracelet on its own, we have brushed finish on this bracelet, and the finishing on the bracelet, even though it sort of follows through from this case, which has brush finish as well, the finishing on the bracelet is much more finer than the finishing on the case itself. We have solid end links, solid links, and it does taper down as well. So it tapers down from 20mm to 18mm before going up to 20mm again on the clasp. The clasp is quite basic. It is stamped though. You can see Steeldive and the Steeldive logo there. We do have a fold over security and 2 pushers, but it is a pressed clasp. So really basic. If you don't like the bracelet itself, as I said, you can swap it out for something nicer. If you like the bracelet and you're happy to live with this bracelet, you can swap out the clasp. You can find plenty of clasp options available on AliExpress. Should you not like this clasp, 3 levels of micro adjustment, but you will get a decent fit from this bracelet, which I'll show you shortly when I'll give you the wrist shot. And let's have a look at the case back as well. So let me just give it a quick wipe so you guys don't see any fingerprints. So here we go, a combination of polished and brushed finish to this case back. So we have a screw down case back, screw down crown, definitely helps in getting that 200 meters of water resistance with this watch. We can see the Steeldive logo etched in the middle of that case back. Some information on this case back, as you can see, stainless steel. Let me flip it around so you can see the movement, which is NH35. So this is Seiko's movement, 21,600 beats per hour, 24 joules, offers hacking and hand winding, and this movement is widely used in a lot of Chinese watches. 200 meters of water resistance, as I said earlier. So for me, from the price standpoint, this watch offers great value for money. Anything you pay under $150, and I'm talking about Australian dollars. Obviously, you pay less in US dollars, but anything under $150 you pay for this watch. This watch is an absolute bargain and value for money at this price point. Let me give you a bit of a final close up on this watch before I give you the wrist shot. Alright guys, let me give you a quick wrist shot of this watch. As I said earlier, I've got a 7-inch wrist, and this is a big watch. I mean, from the case size, over 43 millimeters, usually I'll stay away, but with this watch, with that shorter lug to lug distance, it fits really nicely, and it has great presence on the wrist. And from the sides, you can see it really wraps around your wrist, and yeah, really nice looking timepiece. So for me, this is definitely a keeper. I usually don't size bracelets if I choose not to keep a particular watch, but this is definitely a keeper for me. I might swap out the bracelet or the clasp for something nicer, but at this minute, I'll just keep it as is. So guys, this concludes our review of this Steeldive SD1970. I hope you enjoyed it and found it informative. Please leave a comment and hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much for watching again.